Are you planning to run for your House seat in addition? Are you going to file for the House seat?
Yeah, I'll for the House seat, Charlie.
Okay.
But when I receive the Republican nomination, I'll withdraw my name and solely run for the position of governor.
Okay. So you are sort of hedging your bets there. In other words, in the event that you didn't win the Republican nomination, you would still have the ability to continue in the House.
Yes.
And I know you're not counting on that happening.
Correct.
Okay.
You're right. You're right. I do think I think I have a good opportunity to win and be the nominee, and very positive about that, and just move forward, right? You know, stay positive and move forward.
So why not go all in then?
You know, I just want the opportunity to be able to have the House seat filed in case I don't get the Republican nomination, but I feel very good about it.
So,
go ahead, John.
What I'm curious about, I mean, you're running for governor, you're Speaker of the House right now. Why would you want to give up all that power?
John, there's only, I've been so honored to be Speaker of the House. It's been, really, I mean, it goes back to what, 1682? You know, 100 years before the United States. And I've been twice unanimously elected to the position of Speaker from my Republican and Democratic colleagues. It's been a great honor. But if you really want to change Pennsylvania, to fully reform it, and I've been a reformer with results. I had one colleague from the Southeast who was very supportive, and he said, Mike, people just don't know how much you've changed how Harrisburg works. You've brightened you know, the process and brought it out into the open. And but to fully reform Harrisburg, you need a strong governor. You need a real leader in the governor's office. You know, in the end, one of the justices one time told me about this, 97% of the government bureaucracy or apparatus is controlled by the governor. You know, it's the executive branch. So if you want to reform government, you really have to be the person, the woman or man in the governor's office to do that.
What does that word mean to you, reform?
To me, it starts off with the budget, follow where the money is. There's not real accountability for what we're spending. We can't even really follow all of it, and that's both in terms of the general fund, the motor vehicle fund, and the myriad of 218 special funds in their accounts that are off budget. And let me also just say this, John, with respect to just using human services by way of example. It's my understanding there's something like 70,000 providers. How can you have any sense of accountability or measurement to know that you're getting the results that you want to get, applying measurables to them, when we can't even follow where the money is? This governor's certainly not doing that. I think that that has to come from the top, and it can't be just all the time, oh, more money, more money, more money, without any sense as to how that money is being spent or what you expect to get out of that money. It's people's hard-earned tax dollars. Folks like the people that work here or that own small businesses or are on salaries all across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We shouldn't be just taking their money without a sense as to how we're actually spending it and what are the measurables. What is Tom Wolf for? Tom Wolf is for the status quo in Harrisburg. Let's be honest. He vetoed full privatization, and he vetoed a robust public pension reform bill. You know, we got smaller compromises that we had to foist upon him. He didn't even really agree to them. We basically foisted upon him, and he couldn't veto them again. But he's been in the way of reforming Pennsylvania. He's tied to the public sector unions' leadership if they have. There's no reform there.
But Democrats can credibly argue that you've been as much a part of this broken process as...
No, they can't.
Sure they can.
No, they can't. John, they can't. I disagree with you. You're supposed to be objective, and here you are. You're taking a side.
I'm a columnist. That's what they pay me for.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you my perspective, too. I disagree with your premise.
That's fine, but I mean, you've ridden herd over Republican caucus through 3 deadlocked budgets now. You're holding yourself out as a proponent of reform.
Yes.
How can you credibly do that when it could be argued, I think, persuasively, that you've been as much a part of the problem as Governor Wolf or anybody in the Senate Republican caucus?
I disagree with you wholeheartedly. We're protecting taxpayers. And here's the thing. In that first budget, first of all, you have to go back. There's an economic recession in 2008. What props up the last 2 years of Governor Rendell? What props it up? They're spending at a clip of over 50% when the rate of growth is in the 20%, John. Let's deal with facts, okay? And the facts are that they were spending at a clip. So then there's a recession and there's a dip in revenues, a real dip in revenues. So how do they address it? Obama passes the stimulus package and it props it up. When we take back the majority and Governor Corbett comes in, there is a real drop because we no longer have the federal stimulus and we have to address it. We looked at the revenues coming in and we prioritized those dollars and made the tough decisions that had to get made. And here's the thing, the lie that we cut state funding for education, which is a lie, and which Governor Corbett did not address. The fact is we maintained and increased state funding, but we lost the federal stimulus dollars for education. So we made tough decisions. But 4 straight years, we did budgets on time, we didn't increase taxes, and we prioritized the dollars that were coming in. So here, what's the differential in that equation? The differential is Wolf. That's the differential.